Questa volta cosa inventerai per lasciarmi qui a bere da sola? Sola dentro un vestito da sera, fuori contesto per un bar di provincia. Dentro sto cercando di trovare le parole giuste da spedire al tuo indirizzo, anche se non serve.
Hey Valentina, welcome to Mix LA. You finally made it here, 40,000 miles away around the moon and back. Yeah. And now we'll get to go through the songs and you'll point and go, that part or that part or that, let's fix that. Right. It's a lot easier to have you here in person where I hear it so you can make decisions right away rather than ping-pong it back and forth through MP3s and whatever. It's a challenge because if you're listening on something different than I am, and the time between printing it and sending it or streaming it, and you can see how bad a job I really do here. Yeah, so right. So no, I mean, I always think that it's better when the artist can show up and physically see what's going on and hear it physically than
it's easier, it's quicker, definitely.
And you put your ownership on it. So we'll go through the mixes we've done, we'll review them, we'll look at what's wrong, what we want to change. So let's start by just taking a peek at this last rough on this song, Minimal.
Yeah, Minimal.
And see if it compares to what I have on the console. So
sure.
Right now I have the stems they brought in, the new vocals, pretty much set up and a mix of it, and we'll see if it's close and compares to what you have. Yeah. So
we did very minor changes to the vocals.
Tutto questo rumore come si silenzia, non sai che casino che ho nella testa. Restiamo noi due sotto questa coperta, sulla stessa frequenza. Chi se ne frega se il resto ci aspetta. Bruciano dalla finestra le luci, la notte, la stessa violenza. Ma con te non ci penso e faccio soltanto quello che sento. Che nessun altro è invitato alla nostra festa. Adesso basta, musica minima, minima. Ed è così che mi piace la febbre che sale con te, solamente con te. Alzare a tutto volume per fare rumore, rumore, perché qui non c'è, sì non c'è musica minima. Dallo stereo, nel mondo in modalità aereo, facciamo come ci pare per non sentire nient'altro che te, che me, che te. Lontani dal delirio delle strade, in
The main vocal, so we got rid of the doubles.
Right. No,
Remember, we wanted to put some other doubles on the lead vocals, but we removed them.
Right, you thinned it out.
Yeah.
There is there's a verse double here, but you had more. You had more before.
Yes.
So this is the same arrangement of that.
Yeah, because we thought it was too thick.
Right.
So the voice was too thick. So.
And the same in the chorus?
Yeah, we didn't. I'm listening. I'm pretty okay with, the arrangement.
Yeah.
All the elements are there, but the voice, it's different.
It doesn't sound like it's part of the record. It doesn't sound loud enough. Yeah.
This one, it's too low.
The only thing I looked at was having the chorus harmony, doubled and tucked back, so it wasn't all up the middle. My concern is that if you're going to have your vocal when it's doubled in the verses, they're both on top of each other in mono. When it goes to the chorus, you have you and then your two doubles in stereo. So I wanted to have the harmony feel in the same place as that.
Yeah, I
So-
remember. Yeah.
So we'll see, and it's tucked pretty good. So the thing I noticed about the rough, it's like the vocal sounds like it's on another landscape from the track. So
yeah.
they're-
We were looking for something, experimenting a lot.
Right.
That's what.
we're trying to find what fits.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
I also think that sometimes you lose making it work with the experimenting. So for me,
It's
I want
true.
to make the landscapes match. So if the song feels a certain way, I want to make sure it feels like you're in that same landscape,
Absolutely.
effect wise or EQ wise, whatever. So
Tutto questo rumore come si silenzia, non sai che casino che ho nella testa. Restiamo noi due sotto questa coperta, sulla stessa
now the
frequenza.
effects kind of
Chi
blend
se
in
ne frega
with
se il
that
resto ci
background,
aspetta. Bruciano dalla finestra le luci, la notte la stessa violenza, ma con te non ci penso e faccio soltanto quello che sento. Non avere fretta, che nessun altro è invitato alla nostra festa. Adesso basta, musica minima, minima. Ed è così che mi piace la febbre che sale con te, solamente con te. Alzare a tutto volume per fare rumore, rumore, perché qui non c'è, sì non c'è musica minima. Dallo stereo, il mondo in modalità aereo. Facciamo come ci pare per non sentire nient'altro che me e te. Lontani dal delirio delle strade, in superficie torno a respirare. Siamo una bolla in mezzo al temporale, dove dentro tutto accade. Ed è così che mi piace la febbre che sale con te, solamente con te. Alzare a tutto volume per fare rumore, rumore, perché qui non c'è, sì non c'è musica minima. Dallo stereo, il mondo in modalità aereo. Facciamo come ci pare per non sentire nient'altro che me e te. Musica minima. Musica minima. Dallo stereo, il mondo in modalità aereo. Facciamo come ci pare per non sentire nient'altro che me e te.
I think that all works because of because we don't have complete separation on all the tracks. I can still bump up some of those moments, but I like the build. I mean, you got used to the way that mix sounded and how those parts went together. So there's a couple things I can do to just make it go up in the end. So
Right.
and
Absolutely.
I may want to have it shut off a little drier
Yeah.
because something's got reverb on at the end. So like if I go back here and look at it, I think I don't know who the wet guy is. Who is the wet guy? So if I it might be the keys, right? If I just sold the end of that.
It's
Well,
the
that's got some fruit on it. That's not what I was hearing, though. I was hearing something else. Yeah. So if we just, pull that off, because I'm hearing that hang on. Right. Or is the bass got reverb on it? Let's see. Or something. Oh, he's the one. He's the culprit. If you pull the end of the file in, you can make it drier and get that reverb off, because I think it's got to be shocking and completely abrupt if possible.
Yeah.
So back here, play this, right? That to me is better.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, number one for 400 weeks here on Radio Italia.
400.
400.
At
Quattro,
least,
what is it?
400.000
Yeah,
anni,
yeah, see.
anni.
No, because I mean, look, by having the radio station
No, I know.
on your,
I know.
on your side, it's pretty
I
helpful.
know.
But even
It's
with just
really
this,
radio friendly, this track. So.
yeah. But no, I think I can just fine tune the end vocal level because the keyboard lick boom, bam, bum, bam, bam, I think it's a good spot. So when you come back in, just that last time, see that little solo here, right? The little riff.
Yep. Maybe this one's not too loud.
The first.
They are.
So let's just look at that again.
This part. Not yet. This one. Maybe it's a little too loud.
I just pulled it down. Let me pull it down another click here.
Too loud, too dark.
Too loud, too dark, too bright. Try another click down because you want the singing part to come in even more, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good now. I killed this, yeah. And this part. Because you came from a really wet vocal part.
Sounds.
So, I think it's important. I think it's important that the artists can understand what goes into the build of their record.
It's really important.
Well, because the gray area is a lot. So on this, it's not much. I mean, it's like one page. So for us, we're literally dealing with your producer's drum mix, his guitar mix, his keyboard mix, his bass mix, and then his effects mix. So that's just pulling apart his mix. So I'm good with that, just making the vocal treatment correct.
Right.
Producers, when they're creating tracks, they get really focused on the build of the track. When it comes to the vocals, if they haven't done enough, don't have the experience of how to make it work. I find that by using that stuff behind me, it gives the vocals more of a sonic quality. It's really hard to get in Pro Tools sometimes, just in the box. By having the analog, it kind of glues it together. So yeah, this old glue box here, it's like, it makes it work. So anyway.
It's a complete new sound for me because we've been working for months but I was in Rome with my my headphones or my speakers or the AirPods most of the time around the city. So for me now it's like being inside a complete new audio experience. So and I hear the songs in a different way, and I mean it's very good, and I can also hear some details that I almost lost when I was there, when I was listening to them there. So
right.
it's
these, because that's all I know. What to me, these speakers, funny enough, these speakers are the sound of hits. So
you've been mixing with those.
Well, forever. But what I'm saying, the story goes even deeper than that. Is that these are the speakers that all the hit records in the world have been mixed on.
Okay.
So most of the music you hear on the radio, most of the music you hear, period, has been mixed through these speakers. So the sound of these speakers is the sound of hits. So out of all the speakers ever used to mix music, these are the most popular ones by like 100 times. So to be compared, listening to your mixes on this.
Yeah, it's completely.
It's a way to judge it.
Yeah, but it's like the same picture, but with different colors,
right,
or with more colors. Like you add colors to something that was not black and white before, but almost.
Oh, but this
the
is
AirPods.
This is the reference, and when I wear AirPods, I hear music. I'm like, I can't tell what it is. I'm not used to that. To me, it's all different.
Right.
So. If you know those, your headphones, we'll compare between the two, and you'll see if you hear, anything different in between. So,
sure.
I would never have these at home. I thought, I sit in front of these all day. Let me have a pair at home. I have them at home and say, oh my God, they sound so horrible at home. Because when you're home, you want something different. You want an option, right? This is totally made to be right here in front of you, and it gives you the best judgment. If you can make it sound good on this, it'll sound good on anything. And people have been bashing these speakers since they came out. I'm like, you guys are so wrong. Because at the end of the day, that's the reference that works. So we're here to get you familiar with these, but to compare this to what you have. If I go to... yeah, and we can see what that translation is. So what does that mean? So
red leaves. Red leaves.
Oh, red leaves.
Leaves.
Got it.
Red leaves.
Red
Autumn.
Leaves.
Autumn leaves.
Got it. I'm going to just put that in here. It helps when I know the English title. So then, what is...
Ragazze tristi is sad girls.
Sad girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Girls that don't smile.
Well, that's easy, right? Taxi's easy. And then asteroid's asteroid. And then that helps me. So as we go over to red leaves, this is something...
I did some changes.
We have some...
Vocals have changed a bit.
Okay.
And I don't remember exactly what else, but we sent me the new...
Yeah. So just some vocals, some of the track.
Yeah, we did a few changes, yeah.
So if I put some of the new vocals in, we could maybe go through the track and turn the things off that you changed.
Probably, yeah, we have the rough mix as a reference.
So I could recall it, put the new vocals in, and look at the rough, because you turn a few things off maybe, or got rid of a few things.
That's the same thing
Is
for
it mostly
Asteroid.
removable? It's mostly removable.
Yeah. We just got rid of some of the elements.
Right.
That's what we did.
Most bands don't get rid of the elements. They add more.
I know, but...
They come in here and goes, wow, it sounds great. Let me bring you some more stuff. I'm like, whoa. I just turned off 100 fucking tracks here. Come on.
I can imagine.
It's a track, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen is you're going to hear when I put the original up, you're going to go, wait, we got rid of that. Okay, so we look at another one.
Ragazze tristi, it's sad girls.
Sad girl.
Yeah.
La luna sa sempre dove vai, se ti nascondi nei bar di notte. Bambina mia, neanche piangi, nessuno qui sa come amarti. Pensano che basterà toccarti. È questo l'inferno, cresci ma resti fermo. Respiri aria alcolica, pensi all'America. Polvere sulle dita, benzina da chilometri, e chissà quando se ne andrà.
And we can listen to with the speed. Well, if you just do the two, yeah, it's like someone's ringtone.
Yeah.
Oh. If you want to investigate someone, where were you on the night of the 13th? Stop that bass part.
Quella sera il DJ suona tra migliaia di persone.
Nothing like having a short intro.
Le costellazioni si allineano, due mondi collidano come il Big Bang. Mi fai bere il tuo gin tonic, una bomba di colori come Berti Fluo. Eravamo soli io non duo. Prenditi il mio mondo, io mi prendo il tuo. Ma non voglio un'altra storia strappacuore. Io voglio il letto vuoto quando mi sveglio e let's go.
You never heard it here, right?
Dici che mi ami, che mi vuoi, già mi fai preoccupare, dai, ti chiamo un taxi.
Oi.
Non mi dare il cuore, io non so che farci, perché frequentarci ti fa.
Oh, it says algae right there. Algae. It said algae.
Che non chiami, però non ti preoccupare, non piangerò.
No.
Poi una notifica mi pietrifica, sei qui sotto casa, oh no.
No.
Tutto ok, vuoi salire, sai quello che ora non mi merito. Eravamo un duo, mi riprendo il mondo, tu riprenditi il tuo. Poi soltanto un'altra storia strappacuore. Io voglio il letto vuoto quando mi sveglio e leggo. Te ne vai, com'è
underneath there's some kind of
taxi.
like
Taxi. Well, it goes with the record. Where some of them you have to be a little more distant than it'll be like the surprise one after a couple songs. They'll play this, or maybe this is second. All right, drunk driver. And when it comes back, you're like, okay, like right here, so weird. Whoops.
what happened?
You ran a light. You ran a light. So that's one that's in the checkbox complete, right?
Yeah. Totally.
Because because it's so simple, I got the right zone for it by giving it some dimension, but still keeping it real dry.
Yeah. And I like that the voice, it's like here, so it's like I'm talking like in your ear.
Yeah, exactly. There's no getting around it. No getting away from it. Yeah. And then when you say taxi, it gets really dry. So
yeah.
And it's got the wave racer sub drop. Some of these names, right? The percussion loop clickers, okay? The water harp mallet rubber strike. Okay. That's the first time I mixed a rubber strike.
I'm sorry.
No, but some of the names of these, some of the names of the audio is kind of funny.
We're not gonna say that one though.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not gonna say that one.
No, I didn't say that one, right?
No.
So Taxi's a good one. So
very much. So how did you get my vocal sound?
Well, it's a combination that I find is hard to do just in the box, right? Even with the plugins that I have created, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, and maybe it's because I'm set in my ways with the old gear, but by literally looking over here to the old blue compressors and the tube compressors, there's a magic in those 60s compressors, a sound that is just not emulated.
Totally.
And I'm used to hearing that clarity and that forwardness that it creates. And I can't seem to, even by making a plugin, I can't seem to copy it. So I don't discount using all the tools I can to get something that works. I think it gets a very radio-friendly sound, but it also gets a sound that people are used to.
I remember I asked you, I would love these songs to sound very in your face, but still not too strong, not too loud, but as controlled, controlled, as we were talking like this.
Forward with limits.
Yeah.
Because anybody can make a vocal loud, but they can't make it sit in the track.
Yeah.
You can't make it feel right. Because, let's be honest, compression is the magic key that controls the dynamics of a vocal. So, but they're all different. And like if there was a fire in here, I'm grabbing this thing here, the number one, these two guitars, and if I get if I get those, I'm good. Maybe one of the Sony reverbs, but that might be pushing it. But I can't replace these. I'll never find another one like the old number one, which you're sharing the same the same gear as Tina Turner's gone through there, Bruce Springsteen, Bono. I mean, all of them. If I mixed it went through there. So, because that gets the vocal sound I want. So, for some reason, everything else works because the analog console. And yes, there's specific pieces of gear that help, guitars, drums, whatever. But I think the holy grail, per se, is that if you have a handle on getting vocals right, day in, day out, okay, and have the best tools for that, that's the record. Everything else is easy, okay? And I always find myself struggling on every song to make the vocals sit just right in the record and sound right.
Right.
Have that place where they never feel like they're coming from somewhere else, that they're part of it.
Absolutely. For example, on Taxi, that's one of my favorite. It feels like when I listened to it here before, I can see myself. I recognize myself. I recognize me that telling that kind of story. That's a little bit ironic too. I love what you did on the vocals. Amazing.
Not knowing the language, I'm still making it work. Because sometimes not knowing the language is you're a little bit confused on what the intent is. But I think my instincts work no matter what the language.
Perfect.
I mean, music is.
Yeah, it's an universal language at the end of the day, I think. But for me as an Italian, we are so worried about the lyrics. So we spend so much time. I spend so much time on the lyrics. So for me, although the instruments and the arrangement, it's super important. For me, it's important to have the right sound of the voice and for the story I'm singing. So.
Well, I think you're in the right place because I'm a lyric-driven guy. I mean, every record I work on, it's all about, if I get the vocal right, there's no complaints about anything else. Even though some of the rock bands are very guitar-driven, but no matter what, country, rock, it's all about if the story isn't told right.
Right.
If you're having a problem with that, you're having a problem with every part of the mix. So
true.
So that's what we try to do. We try to utilize what we have to, bring it forward, make it work.
And it works.
Yes. So what's the translation on Colpa di Battisti?
Okay, that's a very...
Oh, it's very long.
No, I'll make it short.
No. What's the title?
Battisti, it's the name of a very popular and great singer-songwriter in Italy.
Okay.
And he made so many songs that are part of our culture, basically. The last 30, 40 years. So if it's Colpa di Battisti, it's because I am romantic because it's his fault because of his songs.
Oh, and it's in your Italian
I get
blood.
romantic, or I get sad because there's one of his songs playing on the radio. I hear them and it just.
And I cry. I cry. Right. So that if you were going to just translate the song title to English, it would be.
It would be Battisti's fault. Battisti fault.
Oh, Battisti's fault.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, right. He's a person. So.
He's a person. A giant person. No, I grew up with his songs. That's what I would usually listen in my daddy's car. So a lot of his songs like that.
Well, I mentioned some songs to people and like, huh? Who are they? What band? What's that band? So let's just listen to a piece of this where we left off. Okay, this way I know it's a straight recall. Because, I just twiddle the knobs and put it back where we had it. Let me just remind myself about how to mix it. Okay, there we go. Let me take it off a loop because I will get this thing looping like nobody's business. So I'll play it low though so they can film. So.
Fa male se penso che certi dettagli non cambiano mai, cambia solamente il tempo.
It's all his fault.
Facciamo programmi sapendo
now I know it's his fault.
Che le parole le porta via il vento, su un'isola libera, dai posti che frequento, che conosci anche.
Now it sounds like it's somebody's fault.
Yeah.
Blame it on you, dude.
Giro pagina e quello che sarà. Sarà tutto diverso e la mia rabbia la tolgo di mezzo. Io non ti ho mai avuto.
But you're getting a lot of good reaction on this one too, aren't you?
Yeah.
From the radio guys.
Yeah.
Right, because it's romantic.
Oh yeah.
And it has that guy's name in the title.
Siamo due canzoni tristi, colpa di Battisti. Siamo due canzoni tristi, colpa di Battisti. Vuoi restare qui a dormire? Poi non te lo chiedo più. Dentro sto impazzendo, inevitabilmente. Piove sopra il cemento, chissà dove ti ho perso. Ho paura di guardarmi intorno e di te non ritrovare niente. Brucia il cuore come un asteroide mentre chiude l'ultimo locale. Io vorrei lasciarti andare, anche se l'impatto fa tremare.